friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom on this Rosh Chodesh Adar. So Friday and Shabbos, we are celebrating the beginning of the month of Adar, the happiest month of the year, the month with the greatest mazal for the Jewish people, and we wish and pray for good mazal for all the Jews, beginning with the hostages, that we should be able to bring them home and decisively defeat Hamas and all the other people with them who are our enemies or trying to hurt us, whether they are in Gaza, whether they are in the West Bank, or wherever they may find themselves, to be totally dealt with properly and a total clear victory for the Jewish people in Israel and around the world. This week's Torah portion is Teruma. Teruma talks about the building of the sanctuary. In the desert it was a tabernacle. Later on, when we came into Israel, in Jerusalem, it was a permanent structure. And that structure stood in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount, which is at the corner of the old city. And the mountain is still there. What we have now, the Western Wall, is the remnants of the wall that held up the plaza upon which the temple stood. And when we talk about the mitzvah of building a sanctuary, a temple, obviously we had, for 1,300 plus years of our history, a form of a temple which was a center of Jewish life, a place where God was revealed for all of us in a very real way. For close to 2,000 years, we don't have our temple. And there's no doubt that we all have the ability today in our lives, turning our body into a temple for God, into a vehicle to serve God in every part of our being, from our mind to our heart, to our soul, to our actions, our speech, our thoughts. And so to turn our home as a place where godliness and Jewishness is celebrated fully and completely, not only a few times a year, but every day, firstly marked by mezuzah on the door, kosher in the home, Shabbat, etc., etc., blessings being made, a place which is a nest to help us nurture ourselves and grow as a Jew. Then obviously we have our synagogues, places of study, but we all look forward, and God willing will be very soon, to have the third temple and the final temple that will never be destroyed in Jerusalem, on top of the Temple Mount. The place will be raised, and all foreign entities will be gone, and there'll be the temple. And as we are told, if the Gentiles only knew how the temple brought blessings to them, when we had a temple, especially on Sukkot, we would pray for the whole world. We brought actually 70 sacrifices corresponding to the 70 basic essential nations of the world. The whole world will benefit from the temple. When we talk about peace, true harmony between people, the ability to appreciate other people, the ability to understand the truth and be able to be happy for other people's victories and for other people's celebrations, and the world recognizing that there's one God, that the whole world is a unified world under one God, and the people are unified. This is some of the things that the temple will bring. And our hearts and souls are in prayer constantly. And 3 times a day, we talk about our eyes will be able to see God return through His temple in Jerusalem. And may it be built quickly in our days with the coming of Mashiach. And all we do is trying to bring that quickly into our lives. So as we are in the month of Adar, the month of the greatest miracle of the Nahapochu, how things turned in one moment. Haman, who was on top of the world, ended up being hung by Mordechai, who was on the bottom of the world, and then he was brought back up to the top. And from then, the second temple was rebuilt. So may Hashem help that we'll have a Nahapochu in Israel and around the world. Things will change very quickly as we are so ready for the coming of Mashiach and a world full of goodness. We just sent off our group of teens to join with thousands of others with Jewish pride and carrying the Jewish spirit with great joy, and will take over the world with the spirit of goodness and kindness and growth and unity. May we experience it quickly in our days, everywhere and everyone, with the coming of Mashiach. So I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. We love you all. Kind Line Time Montreal 521.